Module 3 to be continued. In that today we will go through the reverse curve. The new topic today we are going to study is reverse curve. So the reverse curve is consist of two simple curves of opposite direction. Two simple curves of opposite directions that join at a common tangent point called point of reverse curvature, that is PRC, point of reverse curvature. So the reverse curve consists of two simple curves. Here you can see this is one curve, this is one curve. So this one is the reverse curve. Okay, here is the one alignment and here is the another continued alignment. So this is the reverse curve alignment. Okay, so this is one curve and this is another curve. So reverse curve consists of two simple curves or arcs of different directions. So you can see here this one is going through this direction, and again when it take the curve, this gradient will turn in this direction. Okay, so that's why they are called as opposite direction that join at a common tangent point. Here you can see these both curves are joining at this common point E. Okay, and this point is called as point of reverse curvature, that is PRC, point of reverse curvature. Okay, PRC. They are used when the straights are parallel or include a very small angle. You can see here this is one straight, that is here one alignment and here another alignment. So when the two straights are parallel or include a very small angle of intersection and are frequently encountered in a mountainous countries. So you can see this type of curves in a mountainous countries. So the use of reverse curve should be avoided on highways. So because it is dangerous, I will tell you in next points why, how it is dangerous. So as possible as we have to avoid this type of curve in a highways, that is on main railway lines where the speeds are high for the following reasons. Even we have to avoid this all in railways also, where the high speed railway lines are there. In that case also we have to avoid this curve, that is in high speed railway lines. So the reasons behind that are: sudden change of current is required from one side of point of reverse curvature to the another. Here you can see, here you took to change the direction from this to this. Okay, so sudden change is required. So that's why if you provide this in a speedy lines or speedy railway lines or highways, it will be uncomfortable to passengers as well as for the drivers. Okay, and there is no opportunity to elevate the outer bank at the point of reverse curvature. That is, outer bank is nothing but the point of super elevation. You can't provide the super elevation at here. Okay, if you provide the super elevation is here, super elevation mostly provided at the outer edge. Okay, when you are going to change the direction, then that time this will be your outer edge. So at this point you can't provide the super elevation. That's why it is difficult. And the sudden change in direction, the sudden change of direction is uncomfortable to passengers and is objectionable. So as I told, that is the sudden change of direction is uncomfortable to the passengers. And steering is dangerous in case of highways, and the driver has to be very conscious. The driver has to be very conscious. As I told, steering, when you are going to change the direction in a speedy highways or where the speed is more, it may be in highway or railway, so it will be dangerous. So that's why it should be avoided in highways on where the speedy railway lines. Okay, so next is we'll go through the components of this in detail. Reverse curve between two parallel straight, that is here one straight, that is continuation of T2C, and here T1A. T1 is this point, A is the end of this straight line. Okay, so here consider here one straight line and here one straight line, and here you are going to take the alignment through the curve. Okay, so given the two radii R1 and R2, here you can see this one is the R1 for this curve, that is radius 1 for this curve, and this is radius 2 for this curve, second curve. Okay, so r1 and r2 and the central angles. We are required to calculate the various elements of the reverse curve, as you have known that from previous curve, that is compound curve, simple circular curve. So you have to there is a need of calculation of components of the curves, so we'll go through that. Here one condition they have assumed that delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Here you can see the angle, here it is delta 1, here the angle is delta 2. So condition required is delta 1 is equal to delta 2, means both the angles are same. So in figure, that is, let AT1, that is the what here the alignment, straight alignment, AT1 and T2C be the two straights parallel to each other, so that there is no point of intersection. So here you can't see the point of intersection, right? Here is one alignment, here is one alignment, that is both are parallel, so there is no point of intersection. So let R1 is the smaller radius, R2 is the longer radius, delta 1 is the central angle corresponding to R1. Here this delta 1, this angle is the central angle corresponding to R1. Similarly delta 2, this is the central angle corresponding to R2, this R2 radius 2. So this is the delta 2 is the central angle corresponding to R2. L is the distance between T1 and T2, this length, this distance between T1 and T2. Here this distance is L, capital L. Here capital L is distance between T1 and T2. Okay, and next V, that is capital V is the perpendicular distance between two straights. Here you can see, here is one straight alignment, here is one straight alignment. Okay, and here you are to join those both alignment, you are going to provide a curve here. Alright, so this V, capital V is the distance, the perpendicular distance between the two straights. Okay, and H, small h is the distance between the perpendiculars at T1 and T2. Here this is the horizontal distance between perpendiculars, that is this both T1 and T2. This is the H, distance between the this T1 and T2, that is perpendiculars at T1 and T2. Next capital E, this is the point of reverse curvature, PRC. Okay, this capital E is the point of reverse curvature. So next, through E draw a BD parallel to the two tangents. This one, through E draw a BD, this is B and D. This line you have to draw, that is parallel to the two tangents. Okay, two tangents. Since OT1 and OT2, this is O1T1, since O1T1 and O2T2 are parallel to each other, so we have delta 1 is equal to delta 2. Since O1T1 and O2T2 are parallel to each other, so we can write delta 1 equal to delta 2 as I have told condition. Okay, so T1B, that is here T1B, this T1B equal to OT1 O1T1 this T1B equal to O1T1 minus O1B, right? This you need to find this distance T1B. So how will you find out? T1B equal to O1T1, that is total length minus of this O1B, this short distance, so you will get this distance. Okay, that is only, so that you can write it as R1 minus R1 cos delta 1, that is O1T1 can be written as R1, whereas this is the radius of this curve, correct? R1 is the radius of this curve, so this is the radius of this curve, so this O1T1 can be written as R1, so R1, and O1B can be written as R1 cos delta 1. O1B, this distance can be written as R1 cos delta 1. Okay, so that you can be written as simplified as R1 minus, take the R1 as common, so R1 into bracket 1 minus cos delta 1, right? 1 minus cos delta 1, that is, take the R1 common from this both equation, so it will become r1 into 1 minus cos delta 1. So you can write it as t1b equal to r1 versus sin delta 1. Okay, so cos delta 1 can be written as r1, that is 1 minus cos can be written as verse sin delta 1. Okay, so similarly t2d here, t2d, to find out this distance, t2d equal to O2 T2 minus dT2, correct? Similarly, to find out this T2d, this distance, okay, to find out this distance, you have to minus the T2d, sorry, dO2 from O2 T2, correct? So T2d equal to O2 T2 minus dO2, correct? He is here. T2d equal to O2 T2 minus O2d, correct? In this length, if you deduct this length, you will get this one. In O2 T2, in the length of O2 T2, if you deduct O2d, you will get T2d, correct? That one will written here. So similarly, same here, this O2 can be written as R2, that is radius 2, because this is only radius where you here it will go, right? So O2 T2 can be written as R2, radius 2, because you can see here this radius can go up to here, right? So R2 minus same R2 cos delta 2, this O2d can be written as R2 cos delta 2, R2 cos delta 2. Okay, so this can be written as, here also take R2 as common, and you can written this, okay, here you can write this delta 2 as delta 1, because what is our condition here? Delta 1 equal to delta 2. So that's why this equation becomes R2 minus R2 cos delta 1. Okay, because delta 2 is equal to delta 1. So instead of delta 2, we can write it as delta 1. So similarly, take common R2, take R2 as common, R2 into bracket 1 minus cos delta 1. Don't get confused. This we can written as R2 minus R2 cos delta 2, where delta 1 is equal to delta 2. We have taken the first equation, that is delta 1 equal to delta 2. That's why right here instead of delta 2 only delta 1. Right here instead of delta 2 you can write delta 1. So take the R2 as common, R2 into bracket 1 minus cos delta 1. So similarly you can write it as T2d equal to R2 verse sin delta 1, R2 verse sin delta 1. So this is here V, that is total distance. V is this is total distance here from perpendicular distance between the two straights, that is this is V. So you can write it as T1b plus of dt2, correct? This V you can write it as T1b plus of dt2. See here, V equal to T1b plus dt2. So what is T1b? You have calculated, that is R1 versus sin delta 1, R1 versus sin delta 1, and T2d is R2 versus sin delta 1. Okay, so take versus sin delta 1 as common, that is R1 plus R2 in R1 plus R2 into versus sin delta 1. Take R1 plus R2 as common, so into bracket R1 plus R2 into versus sin delta 1. Okay, so you can write it as V equal to R1 plus R2 versus sin delta 1 is nothing but 1 minus cos delta 1, 1 minus cos delta 1. Okay, here as we have taken here 1 minus cos delta 1 equal to versus the sin delta 1. So write it as versus delta 1 equal to 1 minus cos delta 1. This is your first equation. Got it? Next, again T1e. What is T1e? This distance, T1e. Okay, to find out this distance, the equation is 2r1 sin delta 1 by 2, that is 2r1 into sin delta 1 by 2. To find out similarly T2e, this distance, that is 2r2 sin delta 2 by 2, 2r2 sin delta 2 by 2, that is half angle. Okay, so here you can write it as 2r2 sine delta 1 by 2. Okay, because delta 2 is equal to delta 1, so you can write it as 2r2 sine delta 1 by 2 only. Next, to find the total distance t2 t1, that is L, capital L, t2 t1 is equal to capital L, t1e plus et2, correct? t1e plus et2, right? So t1 t2 equal to L, that is equal to t1e plus et2. So that is equal to t1e is 2r sine delta 1 by 2 plus et2 is 2r2 sine delta 1 by 2. Okay, t1e is 2r1 sine delta 1 by 2, t2 is 2r2 sine delta 1 by 2. Okay, so t1 t2 can be written as 2 into bracket r1 plus r2 into sine delta 1 by 2. Okay, you can take the 2 common and a sine delta 1 by 2 can be take common, so write r1 plus r2 in bracket. Okay, so this can be simplified as, this equation can be simplified as t1 t2 equal to 2 into bracket r1 plus r2, here r1 plus r2 into sine delta 1 by 2, that is equation 2. Okay, but the sine delta 1 by 2 can be written as v by L. Sine delta 1 can be written as v by L. V is this one. Okay, L is this one, this hypotenuse. Okay, sine delta 1 by 2 is v by L. You can write like this also. Okay, so L equal to L equal to 2 into bracket r1 plus r2 into v by L. 2 into bracket r1 plus r2 into v by L. L is nothing but t1 t2, right? L is nothing but t1 t2. Here you have calculated t1 t2, that is 2 into bracket r1 plus r2 sine delta 1 by 2. Okay, so same equation here, t1 t2 is nothing but L, don't get confused. This t1 t2, this distance t1 t2 is nothing but L. Here you can see, correct, L. So you can write it as L equal to, see, 2 into bracket r1 plus r2, so 2 into bracket r1 plus r2. Instead of sine delta 1 by 2, you can write it as v by L, because you can here see sine delta 1 by 2 equal to v by L. So write here v by L. So L equal to root of 2v into r1 plus r2. How? If it L go to the LHS side, it will become L square. Okay, so here keep v as it is, r1 plus r2 as it is, and 2 as it is. Okay, when that square come to RHS, it will become root. So L equal to root of 2 into v into r1 plus r2 into bracket r1 plus r2. Clear? So next, BE, this distance, BE equal to r1 sine delta 1. BE, this distance BE equal to r1 sine delta 1, and here also ED equal to similarly r1 r2 sine delta 2. So where the sine delta 1 and delta 2 are equal, delta 1 is equal to delta 2, so you can written as ED equal to r2 sine delta 1 only. Okay, so total distance BD is equal to BE plus ED, correct? Total distance BD equal to BE plus ED. Okay, that is nothing but H. This BD is equal to H, small h. So BD equal to H, that is r1 sine delta 1 plus r2 sine delta 1. So you can written as a H equal to r1 plus r2 into sine delta 1, where you can take the r sine delta 1 as common. Okay, that is equation 3. So in special case, that is special case, but when the r1 and r2 are equal, so this till now we have that is solved this derivation as r1 is smaller radius and r2 is bigger radius, correct? In the beginning only we have considered here, see, r1 is smaller radius, r2 is larger radius. So special case is nothing but when the r1 and r2 are same, that is r1 equal to r2, that is equal to r. So in that case v, the v equal to 2r into bracket 1 minus cos delta 1, and L the L equal to this T1 and T2. This L equal to 4R sine delta 1 by 2. That is nothing but L equal to 4RV, because sine delta 1 is again V by L. So L goes if L goes to LHS, that is L square by 4RV. So again, if you take the square to RHS, then it will become root. So L equal to root of 4RV. It is same as the previous equations. Here also see sin delta 1 equal to V by L. They are written here same. Instead of sin delta 1, they have taken L, V. That is V by L. Okay, when L goes to LHS, it will become L square. Okay, if you want to convert that square to right side, then it will be root. So root 4RV. Okay, and H equal to 2R sin delta 1. This horizontal distance H equal to 2R sin delta 1. If this, you have to apply these formulas in the case of where both the radius are same. Okay, so you have to remember all the notations, equations. Okay, so this is the derivation of and introduction of the reverse curve. Once again go through these. These are the different compounds of reverse curve and the formulas or equations of that compounds of formulas or equations of those components of reverse curve. Okay, so in next session we'll go through the problem.